It's the last Friday of the month.
Yes, it is.
What makes it more exciting, guys, is the feeling of our phones beeping to those credit alerts.
Yes, indeed.
Salaries around the corner.
Salary week, finally, like, goodness me, we've been waiting for quite a bit. And remember that credit alerts come with more debit alerts that come after. So, yeah, that initial excitement,
It just takes it away like...
enjoy it, but then take a breather because there's always two sides to life.
Yes, and of course, we're always here to bring you and welcome you always to the good side of life. Welcome, guys, to another fantastic Friday edition of the show, Wake Up Nigeria.
The fun here never, ever stops, and we are so pleased that you let us into your homes every single morning. We're diving headfirst into the weekend, but not before we sprinkle some Wake Up Nigeria magic into your day. So buckle up. Get ready for a show packed with laughter, inspiration, and maybe even a surprise or two.
Yes, guys, we are ready to be your Salt Bay.
That is I still haven't figured out how he does that thing.
You know.
We'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, of course.
My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I am Email Kocha. Remember, guys, that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. You could also catch us live on YouTube.
Yes, search for TVC Entertainment on YouTube, and we're right there live and direct.
Yes, we are.
On social media, we love the fact that you connect with us, and we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on X, we're everywhere. Exactly. All at TVC TVC Entertainment
_.
Exactly.
Right. Remember to always use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yeah.
And you can always find us online to carry us with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You can always download our apps on the iOS or Android store.
Indeed. So there's no excuse. Just stay right there. We got you
there
covered.
at your fingertips, guys. Just right there.
We're about to knock your socks off with this particular episode. We're going to have a quick look at how you can enjoy your weekend.
And finally, Etta Jo Maria is an international filmmaker and multiple award-winning actress. She's a speaker and humanitarian whose goal is to impact and shape cultures globally. And she'll be joining us to share her journey in a bit. Quite a packed show.
Yeah, quite a lineup.
Yeah.
And at this point, we need to know what the weather is going to be like. I don't know, are we a little confused weather-wise when it comes to fashion in Nigeria? Sometimes we dress for the cold, sometimes we dress for the heat.
I dress to look good, baby, regardless of the weather. But hey, let's check out what the weather's about today.
Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Thank you for joining us. President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria is well positioned to power the clean energy future of Europe and the world with its high-grade lithium deposits. He said this during a meeting with Prime Minister Mark Rutte of the Netherlands at his official residence, known as the Cashuis in The Hague. Now, this was on Thursday, and the president said Nigeria offers immense opportunities across a pool of sectors and that his administration is deepening reforms to enhance the investment climate. He said Nigeria seeks robust, balanced, and mutually beneficial partnerships that will bring about value addition in areas like solid minerals. Nigeria's last 2023 general elections, which produced President Bola Tinubu, reflects the will of the electorate, despite widespread irregularities. That is the message of the 2023 country reports on human rights practices by the United States. The report, published by the Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labor, U.S. Department of State, stresses human rights practices and violations in different countries, including Nigeria. Quote, national elections were widely reported to have reflected the will of voters despite technical and logistical difficulties and some irregularities, end quote. According to the report, many independent observers assessed the results of the presidential, legislative, and state-level elections during the year reflected the will of the voters, despite reports of voter suppression and vote buying, campaigning at polling stations, lack of ballot secrecy, violence, and intimidation. Speaking about the corruption in the government, the report advised the current administration to address issues of corruption in governance. The police have arrested hundreds more protesters at locations across the U.S. as protests against the war in Gaza intensify across university campuses. Universities have seen a growing number of students walk out of class or try to set up encampments in protest prompted by Israel's military campaign in Gaza. Some 108 arrests were made overnight at Emerson College, Boston police told reporters. And earlier, 93 people at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles were taken into custody on trespassing charges. Activists and police also clashed at the University of Texas in Austin, where authorities said another 34 people had been arrested. The latest arrests follow others at Columbia, Yale, and New York University. All right, Atlas. This 2024 movie is centered on AI, science fiction, and I think it looks like an interesting one. I'm really excited about this one, funny enough.
You know, morning, guys, by the way. You know, people are talking about how, for the older generation, how much AI is coming into what we're doing now. Now we have into our major social media handles, we have AI now being an integral part of it.
Yeah.
And so we have a number of doomsday movies with AI, and that makes people still concerned. How much of our liberty will be taken away when AI gets well incorporated into our
daily life.
Everything that we're trying to do. So it always makes for a good watch, but it always keeps us that thing that, look, hey, come on. If this thing has learning capabilities, how far can it go? So there always has to be that point of restraint. But this is good to watch. I'm looking forward to it.
So we have here Sterling K. Brown, Jennifer Lopez, Simu Liu as well, and Mark Strong.
Yeah, I feel that this the movie is
centered around
Jennifer
Lopez. Pardon, sorry.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez, I think, because her name is Atlas from the trailer.
Yeah.
And you can see that like she's the main character here. And well, like Mike, like what you said, I think it's a reminder that AI has come to stay. Also, we see AI being used in the future to fight wars.
Yeah, because I mean, look at it now. What happens is that if you different states, countries, you show your capability and say, if you do this, I can do this.
Yeah.
So they're not really forced, but they're saying, look, I have this,
Yeah.
and you don't need to send physical soldiers somewhere.
Yeah, you could just
when you have
AI robots.
When you have rockets, when you have drones. Now, most of these drones are remotely piloted. When you have all of this happening, why would someone want to go
to
endanger themselves when they can remotely pilot something? So you know that's how
okay. Well, hey, we are definitely looking forward to that one. Anything that Jennifer Lopez is in, I'm still going to watch it. I don't know. I'm just going to watch it. At this point, let's take the next trailer. It's called The
Exorcism.
Exorcism.
Okay. So we saw Russell Crowe. The last horror movie he was featured in was The Pope's Exorcist. Now he's in The Exorcism. And it's quite amazing to see him being possessed by demons. This looks deeper in terms of the horror, in terms of the gravity of the horror in this one. It feels deeper. Unlike The Pope's Exorcist had a little bit of humor. Dark humor in it.
I actually love the fact that, you know, horror movies they depend on silence and sound and lighting to give that impact, that fear factor. I'm not seeing gore in this. I'm not seeing like anything bloody or anything like that in this. But it just, I don't know. I don't know what the storyline is right now. But from the trailer, it does look quite ghoulish. I don't think I'll be watching this one. But
I definitely
I don't know. The things I'm hoping now is he being typecast now? So the thing is that, of course, there were movies, but I think this was in production before Pope's Exorcist.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
but I don't know if it was going time by time. So I hope it's not being typecast. But most of the time, Pope's Exorcist was an extremely good movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this will reach the heights of Pope's Exorcist. And considering that you have the same person, he's a priest here also.
Exactly.
So you're trying to think, but then from everything I say.
In this one,
acting as a priest.
As a priest.
He's in a priest. You can see him there in a priest
uniform.
costume and all of that. So that's why I have the issues with being typecast. You can see a lot of things they're trying to draw there. You see, so I'm a little bit skeptical because of that. But let's get to see. We'll definitely watch it and see how this one turns out.
So the challenge I have with people like Russell Crowe is that they're Academy Award winners, and putting them in a horror movie, you're not really expecting too many Academy Awards from horror movies. I don't know, there have not been that many Academy Award winning horror movies. There have been a few, definitely some really good ones, but I'm just not. I love Russell Crowe from
win an award for this.
An award for this. So why do it?
I think we've never seen him. We've seen him do action. We've seen him do drama.
Yeah.
I guess he wants to explore this genre, so which is not a bad idea. And
at this point, let's see what we can get from this next trailer. Hopefully, a few laughs from this. This is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
So yeah, this is one people have been looking forward to because Hugh Jackman once again will be playing Wolverine, but this time
with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool.
Yeah.
And Deadpool and Wolverine being the name of the movie, I feel like they're trying to hinge on both characters' strengths. I think the comedy of Deadpool
and the action from
Wolverine. Yeah. It's good to see Wolverine wearing yellow, though. He hasn't worn the yellow.
Why are they giving him a costume? It feels like another Marvel movie.
It is, but you see, what is it? There's something that's happening with the superhero genre.
Yeah.
They are trying to see how they can save it. It's been a whole lot of mess.
Yeah,
it's been a whole lot of mess.
Back and forth.
There's been a whole lot of mess in the superhero genre across all platforms.
Yeah.
And if you notice now, there's now talk of Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Iron Man.
Yeah, I heard that.
Wow.
So, and this is something that he has also mentioned that I don't mind doing it. And once they start talking like that, they're trying to save. I mean, look at what the whole Guardians of the Galaxy did to the whole Marvel this thing, and then look at what Blue Beetle did to DC. So DC and Marvel superhero genre is going this. So what they do, go back to the favorites, and that's why he's back here, and that's why you will definitely get to see Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man soon.
As long as the money is good, they will definitely respond.
I mean,
but then I feel like there's also a new generation of fandom that they need to invest in. And I feel like this generation are not as invested in the superheroes as we were, millennials were. And millennials are also getting a bit tired of seeing the same
but then
bring
up an action hero that this generation can connect to.
And that's why they're doing all these AI things.
And for me, I feel like the quality they've been doing has tanked. So it's really quite low quality so far.
All right.
At this point, let's take a quick break. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these movie trailers. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE, and let's hear them.
Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to the kitchen. Guys, yes, it's the weekend. And for some of us, our weekend is never complete without small chops, right? Aha. Someone can totally relate to that. But hey, who says you need to go to an event to have small chops when you can just make them right there in the comfort of your home? That's what we're making here today, right here in the kitchen this morning. And we have with us Chef Olua Shegun. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, man.
Good. He is from the Dunas Culinary School, and this morning he'll be teaching us how to make samosas and spring rolls. Ooh. I'm super stoked because those are my favorite finger rolls snacks from the small chops. What is yours? Is it the banana?
No, it's banana. Yeah, we have banana, but I don't have the banana.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking of the snacks in the small chops.
Yes, yes.
There's the banana or the plantain.
Yes.
Puffs.
Yes.
Then there's the puff. There's the samosas, spring rolls, chicken, What else again is in there?
Chicken, but we're calling this, we have...
The hot dogs?
Yes. And
yeah. And, well, it depends. It always depends on how you like your, small chops. But anyways, we're making spring rolls and samosas right here in the kitchen this morning. So let's talk about the ingredients, Oluwasegun.
Here we have spring onions and what do you call it?
Carrot.
Carrot. And you can see these two type of onions are sliced. This is tiny for samosa. This is for spring rolls.
Okay.
So this is my flour, and this is yeast. This is sugar, and this cabbage. This is my pepper and onions.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have another pepper and onion mix here.
Yes.
Where is this going into?
This I'm going to add for pop-off and what do you call it? And ingredient of what do you call it? It's samosa and spring roll.
Samosa and
Yes.
the spring roll.
Yes.
Okay. So so the way you cut your onions for the spring rolls is different from how you cut it for the samosas.
Yes.
And our meat here, is this for the samosa or the spring roll?
For samosa.
Samosa.
Yes.
Okay, and I see that you have your secret spice here, the Duna's secret spice. It's the, usually always gives that extra flavor and extra kick that your food needs, and of course we'll be using it for this morning's recipe.
Yes.
So let's get started. Where do we begin?
So I'm going to start with my flour.
Okay. What do you?
This is 500 grams of flour.
Okay.
So we have to use 1 teaspoon of yeast.
Okay.
And sugar, 4 cups of sugar.
Okay.
Yes, 4 cups of sugar.
Okay.
So after that,
so you have to use your sugar to taste, right?
Yes,
Depends on how you like. If you
like
want it
it.
really sweet, then you add more sugar.
Sweet,
if you don't, then you add a little bit of
sugar. Yes.
Or, well, it depends on your health condition. If you have a health condition, then, well, you have to, do without it, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so what do you need me to do for you? Do you need a bowl? Are we frying or are we baking?
No,
is it
frying.
going into the oven? Okay,
no.
we are frying.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to make puff here as well.
Yes.
And spring rolls
And samosa.
and samosas.
Yes.
Okay. Other than the regular way or that other chefs make their samosas or spring rolls, is there any extra thing that you're doing? Any twists you're adding to this one?
Yeah, no, actually.
Just the basic type of samosas.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you need in terms of mixing? Because I assume you want to mix your batter now.
Yes, I'm going to mix my batter.
Okay, so you need a bowl.
Yes,
to do that.
mix
Okay,
it.
so I'll help you get a bowl. You have a bowl over there just right behind you. You could use that. Ensure that it's clean before you use it. Right. So if you're just joining us, guys, with me in the kitchen is Oluwasegun from the Dunas Culinary School. And this morning, he'll be making samosas, spring rolls, and puff-puff. The puff-puff is like the extra that you need because, there is no small chops without puff-puff, right? I feel like it's the first thing people usually binge on. But for me, the samosas actually are my first go-to when the minute I'm with a bowl of small chops, I just dig right into the samosas. And yes. And how do you like your small chops, guys? Let us know on all our socials. Do not forget to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. I'd really, really like to know how you enjoy your small chops. And what's your favorite small chop? Is it the samosas? Is it the spring roll? Is it the chicken? Well, everyone loves chicken. Or is it the hot dogs? Or the puff-puff? Or the plantain moussa? Okay, so we'll get mixing our batter in a bit for our puff-puff, samosa, and spring roll. And so quickly, go ahead. You were going to pour in the flour, right?
Yes.
And so as you can see, everything here is done in a very safe and hygienic way. He's wearing a glove, so ensure that your hands are clean and free of dirts when mixing your batter. Fantastic. Okay, so now that we have our flour in a bowl, what's going in next?
Yes, actually I have to use like the measurement spoon to measure
your yeast.
My yeast.
Okay, do you have your measurements?
No, I don't remind to bring it. So
okay.
What I want to do, I'm going to use my hand to measure it.
Yeah, because for some people, well, not all of us have measuring spoons. I don't have measuring spoons.
Yes.
So please show me with your hand.
Okay. So I'm going to take like...
Okay, just a little?
Yes.
What does the yeast do, though?
Okay, the yeast make it rise.
Oh, it gives it that
swirling.
swirl
up, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm going to add
okay. And it's important that you use it?
Yeast.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. great.
So I'm going to use my sugar.
Now sugar goes in. Oh, Shegu is being very generous with that sugar.
So now I'm going to mix it, the dry ingredient together.
Oh, so we are mixing the dry ingredients first.
Yes.
And then
before adding water.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. Guys, if you're watching and this is something you want to try out this weekend, do not forget to let us know. This is very important for us and to us. And if you feel like you're just tuning in and you missed out on anything that we've done so far, you could check it later on our YouTube page at tvcentertainment.tv. You catch all the details right there. Yes. Okay, so right here in the bowl we have our flour, sugar, and a bit of yeast for rising.
Yes.
It's like it's a rising agent. You know, I think it's also a must-have for every snack. Right. Great. So okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to add water.
Okay. Yes. So we're going to add water to the mix.
Yes.
How much water are we using? Very small or a lot of water?
Not
Go ahead and get your
water.
Okay. So we're going to, mix this in a bit.
Actually, I have to use the measurement of what I call it, like measurement. The thing that we used to measure the water.
Okay. Because do you need me to help you pour in the water?
Yes, because I don't have to pour everything at once. I'm going to like a little.
Just show me how you want me how you want to do
can
it.
add
Okay.
water.
So just add a bit of water.
Yeah, wait.
Is that enough?
Not enough.
It's not enough yet.
Yes.
Okay. So we
you
just
can add more. Yes.
Okay. Add more water.
Yes.
Ah. Okay. Is that okay?
No.
Huh?
No.
Add more
Not
water?
okay. Yes.
Okay. So this is for what exactly? Is it the samosa or the puff or the spring? Oh, puff. Okay.
Yes.
So are we adding more water?
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of water going.
The reason why I'm adding is a little water, so I don't want it to be watery.
Oh, so you have to, take it in gradually so that you don't overdo it.
Yes.
And you don't want to have but what happens if you add so much water into the batter?
Yeah, it won't form very well.
Ah, okay. And then when you put it in the oil, it just, splatters.
Yes, look like akara.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with puff akara, but that's still okay. You need more water?
Yes.
Okay. How much water? Just very little?
Yes, a little. Yeah, it's okay enough.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this down here while we mix our batter. All right. I always assumed that you use eggs for puff.
Yes, but it's optional.
Okay.
Yes.
It's optional.
Yes.
Fantastic. So we are going to make sure that all of the flour and everything goes in. So how long is this going to take?
But this means not much, but it'll take like 35 minutes before you
to keep, so you have to keep massaging.
No, not like that. Like 6 minutes is okay to massage it very well.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
6
so then you leave it.
Yes. Now cover it. Just cover it and keep it one side so it will raise up.
Okay.
Not leave it like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's for it to rise.
Rise.
Aha. Interesting stuff happening here in the kitchen. If puff is something you want to make this weekend, you should stay with us. Yes, you should. We are making puff, samosas, and spring rolls. And we have, right here, we are making our puff. And in the bowl, we have our flour, sugar, a bit of yeast, and water. And Shegun is making sure that the flour is properly mixed in. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And I see that all those lumps they're dissolving gradually. Not all of it, but it's, we're making progress.
Yes.
Is this it?
Yes, but I'm going to add a little water. It's too...
Okay, it's too thick.
Yes.
We need to add more water.
Just a little.
Okay, just a little. I will not be the reason this puff. Because not puff. I will not be the reason we are having puff akara in this kitchen today. So, I'm just going to be following Shegun's direction with our puff. Right, so, interesting. Puff is one of those things I've never done before, but who knows? I may just make it this weekend. Well, I can maybe now even add milky puff. Add milk into the puff so that when you're And chocolate. So we're going to leave this
yes,
to rise for 45 minutes.
Yes.
So we're going to cover this up and leave it to rise for 45 minutes and then fry. And then when we come back, people, we'll get into our samosas and spring roll. The show continues shortly, guys. Stay with us.
Yeah, you're having fun in the kitchen today.
Yes, I am, because it's not every day you get to make small chops. Yes.
From scratch?
And yeah, from scratch, right? And well, it's the weekend.
It is.
You know, there is no owambe without small chops.
Indeed. Now, we had some small chops yesterday, funny enough.
I didn't have small chops, so.
You didn't?
I had grills.
Sorry. I apologize. I tasted it, but you didn't. Sorry.
Are you serious?
It was good, but it's fine. We'll tell you what we're talking about in a bit. This is Wake Up Nigeria. Thanks for welcoming us into your homes again this morning.
Yes, guys. It's always a pleasure for us to be the wind beneath your wings and vice versa, because the truth is, there's no us without you, and there's no you without us. Yeah.
It's all about smooth sailing into the weekend, and the first hour was just a warm-up. You know, let's crank up the energy just a little bit more this second hour.
Yeah, we are your band A.
But we are very premium, you know?
Yeah. Only premium. Only the best. For free. You don't get to pay for it. My name is Imiokoche.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Watch us live from anywhere you are. Just visit our website. That's tvcentertainment.tv. Or indeed watch us on YouTube right now. Search for TVC Entertainment on YouTube, and we'll be right there.
Yes, guys. You can also watch us live on Facebook. And, of course, you could also take us with you wherever you go. Just download the app on iOS or Android stores.
Yes, indeed. So we've told you how to reach us. If you want to connect with us, you can always use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And, of course, Wake Up Nigeria TVCE is where you get to see all the behind-the-scenes magic.
Yes. And yeah, you could also watch us on UHF 16 and 49 on StarTimes and GOTV.
I think there was a bit of a, back, you know what, we'll let the screen tell you exactly where to find it while we tell you what's coming up.
Yes.
Etta Jo Maria is an international filmmaker and multiple award-nominated fast-rising Nigerian actress. She's a speaker and humanitarian whose goal is to impact and shape cultures globally using the skills of excellent storytelling. Yeah, all that in one person. She's already standing by to become part of today's show. It's going to be a really interesting conversation later on.
If you're just joining us, guys, you are still in luck, because we've not done so much just yet. We have so much still yet for you right here on the show. But before we plunge any further, let's see what the weather is about today, and then we jump right into the kitchen afterwards. Thanks for staying with us, guys. Welcome to the kitchen. Yes, with me is Chef Oluwasegun from the Donors Culinary School, and this morning he's making small chops, samosas, spring rolls, and puff. Right, so for those of you who are fans of small chops, and you can always sometimes even have to crash a party just to have their small chops. Well, here we are. We are here to teach you how to make your own small chops so that you can stop being embarrassment to the public. Thank you very much. I'm just kidding. But guys, so Oluwasegun, over to you. So first, let's establish what we quickly did with our puff, and then we move over to our small chops and spring rolls.
So now I'm going to mix batter for
the puff. Let's establish what we did here, right here with the puff.
Okay.
So in the first hour, Segun taught us how to make puff. So go ahead, tell us what's in the bowl.
So this is my batter.
Yeah.
We got pepper there, we have flour, we have what they call it?
Yeast.
Yes, yeast and sugar and salt. Sorry, I forgot to add what they call salt before and what they call it?
Sugar.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg,
yes.
Okay. What does the nutmeg do though? Just extra flavor?
Yes, perfect.
Just enhance the flavor.
Yes.
And then a bit of salt, not so much because we don't want the salt to overpower the puff, the flour. And then, well, sugar to taste, as much sugar as you like. And we added our yeast.
Yes.
For as a rising agent.
Yes.
And then our nutmeg. So we just grated a bit of nutmeg in there to just give it more flavor. And we've been leaving it to sit for how long now?
Not yet raised up.
Okay, it's not risen yet. It's still going through that process. Okay, so that's why we covered it up and left it here. So we are leaving it to rise for 45 minutes?
Yes.
Right, before we begin frying. But while that is sitting pretty over there, let us begin to work on our samosas, right?
Yes.
So, Shegun, what are we doing first?
I'm going to add my flour into the bowl.
Okay, more flour. I feel like flours are a must-have, right?
Add sugar.
Okay.
Only sugar and salt.
Sugar and salt.
No yeast.
No yeast.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. How much sugar, how much salt are you adding in there? Just a sprinkle, right?
Yes, pinch, just a pinch
just
of
a
salt.
pinch of salt.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And I see earlier on you were stir-frying the minced meat.
Yes.
You want to tell us what you used while frying that?
Just only salt.
Okay.
Parboil the meat.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Just salt.
Yeah, just only salt.
Onions and pepper.
Yes.
Okay.
Salt.
Why? No seasoning?
No seasoning yet.
Why?
Now, when I want to, if I want to make the sauce of samosa, I'm going to add all the seasoning.
Oh, then you put in the seasoning.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, for our samosas, this is for the samosa, right?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so in there we have a pinch of salt, sugar to taste, and flour. Right. So it's getting pretty exciting here in the kitchen, yes. And that's because I love samosas, and it's only good food that can make me sing like this. I know, I'm having too much fun, right? Okay, so that's a bit of water going in there. Okay, let's mix it up pretty nicely. Just tell me what you need me to do. I'm your sous chef.
Oh.
Yeah, so how much water do you need me to add? More water?
Just a little water.
Okay.
She won't allow it to be watery, just to make the skin of samosa and spring roll. Yes.
Okay, so we're not adding too much water to the flour.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna take it easy.
Yes.
And at every turn of water, we need to pay attention to the consistency.
Yes.
Okay, before we add more water to
yes.
the mix.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. That's looking good. So are we going to add more water or just
No,
okay?
it's okay. Okay.
This is okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what are we looking out for here? Is it the very thick consistency or something, or light?
Not too light, not too thick.
Okay, just somewhere in between.
Yes.
Okay. Because we are going to fold the samosas, right?
Yes.
So you don't need it to be, you don't need the batter to be watery.
Watery.
You don't want it light.
Yes.
You want to make it thick. Okay. Looking nice, looking nice.
So, it's done now.
Is this enough?
Yes.
Okay. There's still lumps in there though, is that okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, guys, with me in the kitchen is Chef Oluwasegun of Dunes Culinary School. And this morning, he's making small chops. And for our small chops this morning, we're having samosas, spring rolls, and puff. I asked earlier on for you guys to tell me what your favorite small chops is. Is it the samosa, spring roll, the plantain mosa, right? That's what it's called. And some people use bananas. Yeah, so the plantain or banana mosas, is it the hot dog, is it the chicken? I know we all love chicken. And sometimes you even have to go fighting for chicken. There's no chicken in our samosa. Yeah, so which of these are your favorite? Let us know on all our socials. Do not forget to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Would like to know that you're a part of what's happening here in the kitchen. And if you're just catching up on us and you're like, I've missed so much, don't worry, guys. We're on YouTube. Just go to tvcentertainment.tv and you'll find us there. Right there, guys. And you can binge on us all weekend. Yes, you can. Was it TVC, Entertainment and Chill, right? Just binge, watch all the episodes. You're there. Okay, so now that our batter is ready, what do we do?
So I'm going to start preparing my sauce.
Okay, so we're going to begin preparing our sauce for our samosas.
Yes.
And for our vegetables, we are using spring onions, carrots, and onions. And of course, we are going to add in some pepper and our mincemeat. Right? Fantastic. We'll go on a quick break now, people. Begin wrapping our samosas in a bit after stir-frying our vegetables. The show continues in a bit. We'd like you to stay with us.
You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and about this time, we are about to meet a lovely lady, Etta Jo Maria. She is an international filmmaker, multiple award-nominated, fast-rising Nigerian actress. She's also a speaker, humanitarian, and her goal is to impact and shape cultures globally using the skills of excellent storytelling to bring issues of gender-based violence to the spotlight. It's great to have you right here with us on Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you so much. And by the way, I'm going to go back with that hair.
What, this hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the hair.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You look beautiful.
Now I'm blushing. Oh my gosh. Thank you. But you have a lovely smile and a lovely energy. We've already had conversations before now.
Yes.
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
This story of yours, putting together, you know, your career in a direction that is to help with this issue of gender-based violence.
Yeah.
You need to let us into how and why that all started.
Okay, so, you know, these days, I mean, in the olden days, like reading was very, very, very common, right? Okay. But these days, people are more like inclined to what they see. You know, rather, someone would rarely pick a book to read unless they're like avid readers. But like everybody watches things, and like we're just having conversations about how listening is also like an important tool, you know, because sometimes you don't decide what you listen to. So this issue of gender-based violence is something that I started like when I was in college, all the way in Ghana. And I started partnering with like other NGOs to make sure that, you know, we go to schools and educate young girls. And then, you know, acting also came into the picture while I was in school. And I starred in a high school movie that had to do with, like, it was anti-bullying, anti-smoking, shisha, and all of that. And after that, the organization, the production house, made us go to schools to educate young girls about the movie after, like, they watched the movie. And the reception was so beautiful. You know, you could see the girls, like, the teenagers remembering everything that they saw and, you know, just, like, telling us, oh, I learned that I should not smoke shisha. I learned that, you know, I should not bully my friend and all of that. And I saw that, okay, filmmaking has become an important tool into passing like very, very, very poignant messages. So I decided that it's good to use my medium as a film producer, you know, to tell stories that people can relate to, stories of things that are happening. And you would agree with me, especially in Lagos. Yeah. Gender-based violence is so tough, it's so real. Sexual harassment happens like every other day, catcalling, you know, and all of those things. And I had a personal experience as well.
Okay, so I was actually going to go there. I was going to ask because many people who go into fields like this have either a family member, a friend, or a personal experience. Would you like to share that with us?
Yeah, like summarizingly, when I moved to Nigeria, when I came to Lagos, you know, I'm somebody who believes in the art of being confident in who you are as a person, as a woman, as a young girl. So obviously that is also like expressed in how I look and how I dress. You know, obviously not indecently, quote unquote, but very comfortably. I was catcalled numerous times, like while I came and I was trying to like maybe like take a bus and like see how the city is and the city is run and all of that. You know, so that just really like put something in.
How many years ago was this anyway?
This was 3 years ago, 2021.
Okay.
Yes, quite not so far away.
So even just common activities like, you know, trying to get, you know, take a bus to get somewhere. Yeah. Just, you know, going about your daily business.
In the hot Lagos, in the hot city. You know.
But you know, there's a long, it's still a far cry starting as an actor and then becoming a producer. That journey in itself is a lot of work in a very male-dominated field.
Yeah. I mean, so I started as an actor, like you said, and coming to Lagos, I decided that, okay, I was going to, while I get myself established or get comfortable in the industry here in Nigeria, I would try to see how I started creating opportunities for myself, which was how like producing came about. And with doing that, I decided to merge both worlds, like my world of advocacy and acting and filmmaking all together. So I would tell stories, but not just any kind of stories. I would tell stories that matter to me, stories that matter, like that have to do with advocacy. And while I do that, I will also cast myself in it and act in it and show my acting prowess. And, you know, that really did well because, you know, the short film, Strength of a Woman, has gone to like 12 international film festivals. Amazing. You know, and the French embassy used it as a symposium tool, you know, and their 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Wow. You know, and that also like made me now decide that the next year I was now going to enter properly back into acting, which has really worked out well.
I'm really glad to hear that. You know, you just said it really worked out because a lot of the time when you have advocates for causes and then you decide to go back into the industry, it sort of puts a target on your back. It's like, oh, I don't try that one. That one get wahala. And it does feel like a heavy risk. You're in an industry that, as we said earlier, is male-dominated. And then, of course, there's a lot of female competition out there. Even though we try to make it seem like it's not there, it is there.
I agree.
So how have you been able to balance that situation?
Honestly, I made sure that the films, the stories that I told were mostly about the stories and not about me. So when you see me, you wouldn't see this person who is, you know, who would be like, oh, don't go near this person. You see a passionate individual. You see somebody with a heart to tell like stories that matters to her. And then coming into the industry, I made sure that I make sure that I got everything back based on merit, went for the right auditions. I'm not saying there are, there are some wrong auditions actually. You know, there are people who just call auditions and say, oh, everyone come and act. I just want to, just for the sake of doing them. And they're not serious. But I made sure that I strategically, that word is very important because strategy is an important tool, is an important factor in this industry. I positioned myself in a way that, the right auditions I went, and when I went there, I did my absolute best. You would watch me and would not deny that, okay, we won't even be able to say, no, this girl doesn't deserve it, unless the role doesn't fit me, So coming in, like you said, the competition is there. But you would also agree with me that although it seems male-dominated, I would confidently say that the females, the women, are the ones really, paving ways. We have the Funke Akindeles, the Kemi Adetigbas, the Jadio Shiberus, the Lala Akindojus. Like, I can keep going like on and on and on and on. And these are like powerhouses who continuously like inspire and make a way for girls like me, young women like me, to be able to see that, yes, it is possible. With continuous hard work, with continuous like perseverance and with continuous pushing.
All right.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ghana quite a bit already. Now let's talk about your roots in Ghana and also coming into Nollywood as it were. There have been quite a few amazing actors who made that transition, the migration to Nigeria. How's that been for you?
So I'm Nigerian, fully Nigerian, but I went to school in Ghana, and then after schooling there, I decided, to stay there. That's where I started like acting and modeling. Modeling was really great because there's a good industry for that, especially like billboards, advertising, TV adverts and all that. But I thought about it. For me, I believe succinctly that if anything is worth doing, it is worth doing well. And I am Nigerian, so why not come back home, right? And Nollywood like is the home for like proper filmmaking and movie making in West Africa at least, And so I decided that, okay, the industry in Ghana is, honestly, the movie industry is not really that strong. That's why you see that all the actors there are hoping and wishing that they would come to Nigeria at one point or the other, So I decided that, why not go back home? Go back home to a place where I don't have to pay for residence permits, because we do that in Ghana.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't
do
know
that. Yeah, you have to pay for residence every year.
Every year?
Yes, you have to renew your residence permit.
Okay.
Go back home where it's like I'm a free citizen, and I'm allowed to, pursue my dreams, follow my dreams, and it just made sense to come to a place where I was, you would know that you're doing something and it's going on a bigger platform, it's going on a bigger stage, and your hard work is...
So what's the next project in hand, or your most recent project? Let's talk
My
about
most recent project, I'm currently showing on Chetam.
Yeah.
It's a Showmax original, which is actually, an episode came out today.
Okay.
Yes,
What's
and then on Glass House, an African Magic original. On Chetam, I play Lolia. Chetam is an epic. You know, and then Glass House is obviously contemporary. I play Charity. And I was having a conversation the other day with my friend, interestingly, and he was saying that, I mean, if I do say so myself, he said it, but if I do say so myself, that it's so beautiful that I can really play well in both worlds.
Okay.
You know, I can be so fantastic as an epic, you know, acting in like epic roles and also in like modern roles as well.
So are these running concurrently,
Yes.
production-wise, or are the productions over?
For Chetam, the production is over, but for Glass House, after here, I'm going to set.
Wow.
I'm going on set from here. Yes, but they are also like airing already. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're seeing on the screen right now, is that the epic we're talking about?
Oh my goodness, how did that picture get there? Yes, that's the epic.
That's the epic? That's Chetam?
That is Chetam.
What, the role you play in Chetam? Talk to us about that.
Whew. So interestingly, Chetam is an Igbo film, but I am not Igbo. I'm from the South. I'm from Cross River State, but Lolia is from the South. She's a princess from the South. I could say she's the only female character who is not Igbo on the show.
Wow.
Right? She's a princess from the South whose father, you know, has like a merged business with Mberi, which is like a village, an Igbo village. Okay. And then she comes with her father, unknown to her that her father was trying to marry her off to one of the princes. Wow. And so she comes thinking she's just like escorting her father on like one of his like, you know, visits or his business dealings, not knowing that he just sold her off. Wow. You know, and then that's where her life and her story begins. Like she and her husband, Onochie, have this love-hate relationship. And like they go at each other. I can't say whether or not they love each other. I mean, go and watch the show. You'll probably help me tell. Okay. You know, and then her life just like, you know, keeps growing and growing. It's a 130 episode.
130 episodes of that. Yes. Do you know what episode they're on right now?
They're currently on episode 36. I watched episode 36.
Wow, so there's still 100 episodes to go.
Yes.
Interesting. Yes. Okay, all right. A lot for people to look forward to. Yeah, a lot more opportunities for them to see you on screen. Yeah. But that is that a bit of pressure sometimes? You know, you might be passing by somewhere and someone recognizes you. How do you respond to that?
Honestly, I'm not even too worried about that yet, as I am about the overwhelming nature of the job. Okay. You know, like yesterday, I'm not going to lie, I was very overwhelmed. Okay. I felt so overwhelmed because I had to go to set. From set, I had a table reading. So a table reading is like when actors, you know, I had to go for a table reading. After that, I had to go for rehearsals for another project that I have coming next month. Okay. And after that, I had to go back and pick up a friend from the airport. Like, you know, it's just, it was just a whole lot. And I just had to sit down. Today, I'm supposed to have another audition. I just told my friend, I can't do it. I just can't go. Wow. And for rising actors like me, it's very overwhelming because you can't afford to pass on opportunities yet, you know. I mean, for very established actors, they could say that, oh, I'm fine, I'm not going to do this, you know. But for me, I feel like my heart is racing all the time because I'm like, I need these opportunities. I need these opportunities to keep, you know, proving myself, to keep showing myself and showing what I've got and all of that. But having to merge all these things and still get to be a human being with a family that you need to talk to, you know, with a mom that is probably calling you all the time to say, I want to check up on you, and you're not able to reach out to her properly, with siblings, you know, younger siblings who look up to you and they need advice from you.
So when you say well, anyhow, you're young. So now is the time to embrace this
the
world.
challenge,
and these challenges are challenges some people are wishing for and hoping.
Agreeably. I'm very thankful. I'm grateful to God. I was saying that although I would not have it any other way, but I would not deny the fact that it is very overwhelming. It's a lot of pressure.
So it's not a 9 to 5, it's more than a 9 to 5.
It's more than a 9 to 5. You're reading scripts at 12 a.m.
Yeah, and you got here at 7.
I woke up at 5:30. You know? And after here, my eyes are not even
our world.
Exactly. You know, I have to go back to set and like look pretty good and also like do my job really well. You know, like ask for the camera and all of that.
You do all of this not just for you, but also for your fans. And they also appreciate you for doing it.
And for the fans, for the story.
We have Etta Joe here. She is, sorry,
Joe
Maria here. And she's wondering, with myself, how we're looking on those small chops. How's it going?
Our small chops is coming on really nicely. It's still in the oil,
okay,
frying up, and Shegun is making more samosas. But it's not exactly ready yet, but we're hopeful that in the next few minutes it will be ready for Etta to have some before she leaves.
Yes.
And yeah, well done, Shegun. Shegun has been really hard at work. Well done.
Small chops. There's a reason why they're so tasty. A lot of passion goes into putting it together. But Etta, you like small chops?
I don't mind.
You don't mind at all?
At all.
All right, then.
Surprise, by the way. Thank you.
Well, not to worry. Loads of small chops coming your way.
Thank
and
you.
Of course, we hope you've enjoyed watching us all through this morning. We started at 7 and we're wrapping up right now. Yeah, the small chops you're going to be having this weekend. Remember us, we inspired it, most likely. But we are going to be back again on Monday morning from 7 a.m. and we can't wait for you to join us. If you missed any aspect of the show, just go to YouTube right now. You'll be seeing our live video and just search for TVC Entertainment, search for Wake Up Nigeria, and you'll be able to catch up on anything you've missed. Etta, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank
and
you.
Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right then, everyone. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.